How's everybody doing today? It's Colin from JTech. Today we're going to be doing an alignment video on a Class 8 truck. Some of the things you want to start to check before you do your alignment is you want to check all the suspension components. You want to make sure none of them are wore out. You want to check your tie rod ends, your pivot arm, your drag link, your center link, and anything that could vary a ride height. Another thing you want to check is your tire pressure, because it will vary your ride height. You'll want all your tires to be even and to manufacturer spec of the vehicle. Another thing to check is you want to check the feathering of tires. You want to check tire wear. Any uneven tire wear can affect the way a truck moves or handles. And to perform a better alignment, what you want to do is you want to start your vehicle and you want to roll it to a stop instead of using your brakes. So we're going to roll the vehicle to a stop right now and start the alignment. Today we're going to be measuring many different things, many different components, and we're going to do them in one way. We're going to use the string method. It is an accurate method. It's not as accurate as a Hunter system or anything like that, but we're going to be measuring tram, axle offset, and centering of the axles, so the front and rear. Also, we're going to be checking camber, caster, and toe on the drive axle. And I'll explain how to do these things and how to adjust them as we go along. How y'all doing today? This is Colin. We're going to be doing alignments today. And we've already come through the truck. We've already checked tread depth and tire pressure. They always seem to even. What we're going to start with is camber. By camber, you're going to go either use one of these or you could use a digital protractor. With digital protractor, make sure you zero it out on the ground. Then connect the sidewall, or to the side of the rim. But with this one, we're getting about dead even on 90, which is honestly very good. Means we have absolutely no camber at all. It's dead even, zero. To check your caster, we're going to go from a spot on the axle to the frame. Okay, to measure caster, you're going to go from the frame down to the solid point right here on the axle, right in front of right by the U-joints. It's nice and flat. Be sure to clean that before you do anything. Do any readings. So we're going to come for our frame. We're going to zero out our digital protractor. We're going to take it and set it on this spot. And I'm going to go get a light. All right. If you can read that. So we got 17.3. Okay, to ensure that we're going to have the front axle centered, basically what you're going to do is you're going to measure from two fixed points. This ensures that nothing's moving from side to either side. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to go from this front bolt right up here to the U-joint, to the front side of the U-joint with a tape measure. And we're going to do this on both sides because they're both the same. We're going to compare each measurement. Okay, so we did both sides, and they're 26 3/4, meaning they're both even. It's sitting nice and level. So after we do that, we're going to move to the rear axles. First, we're going to do tram, which I can explain to you right here. It is from rim to rim, and what I mean by that is we're going to go from outside of the lip to outside of the lip on both sides, and this is going to ensure that your axles aren't further apart from one side, so one's not sitting like this and one's not sitting like this, and this will cause your vehicle to misalign and misdrive down the road, which would cause to tire failure and Yeah. Alright, after we taken the measurements, we figured out that the passenger side is 11 inches from frame to the outside of tire, and driver's side is more like 11 and a quarter of an inch. So we got a quarter of an inch to the left. So basically, we'd have to shift the axles to the right, or probably a quarter to maybe half of a quarter. And then, you have an even axle, which would cause the truck to pull a trailer straight and to drive straighter. Okay, we're going to measure offset. To do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take our tape measure, see if I can do this one-handed, and we're going to bring it under the frame, bottom side of the frame, and to the inside rim, like so, and measure all the way out here. And what we have is almost 11 inches. 11 and on this side, and we're going to do that on all 4 tires. This is going to ensure that we're not sitting too far one way or too far the other, from side to side from the back. Say from this view, we would have this tire too far this way or this tire too far that way. And we're going to do all 4 tires, and I'm going to come back to you. Alright, after we taken the measurements, we figured out that the passenger side is 11 inches from frame to the outside of tire, and driver's side is more like 11 and a quarter of an inch. So we got a quarter of an inch to the left. So basically, we'd have to shift the axles to the right, or probably a quarter to maybe half of a quarter. And then, you have an even axle, which would cause the truck to pull a trailer straight and to drive straighter. Alright, for my next measurement, it's going to be thrust. How to do thrust is basically going to take a ball string or a twine string. You're going to have to go from a fixed point. Usually you just use a bolt, a stationary bolt. I mean, it's not very hard. Normally what we'll do is we'll hook to the bolt that goes through the shock mount, or through the shock absorber on the back side. And basically, all we're measuring here is from the first drive axle all the way to the steer axle. Alright, once we get the string pulled out, what you're going to want to do is basically you're going to want to move your string in and out towards the rim. What you're looking for is a bow in the string to come off the tire. And you want to kind of get it as close as you can to touching the sidewall of the tire on the second sidewall down there. And now once you get that down, basically you measure from your string to the inside of the rim. Usually between one of the lug nuts, a solid piece. And you do that for both sides. And that just shows you how much your rear axle is in line with your front. Now if you have this right here and then you have a back, to fix thrust, what you would do is you would add shims underneath your leaf springs in the rear. You have 2 sets. Obviously this is the rear axle. There's actually one right there, that little shim. That's a shim. Alright, so we're going to be doing toe. Basically how you do that is, we've already scribed the tire. Yeah, it's flipped. Basically how you're going to measure toe is from, we scribe these tires. You can barely see a line right there. Basically you go from line to line. We have about 83 inches. Just about, maybe 82 and a quarter. Alright, Herb, you can do it from the back. And we're going to do it on the back side as well. Now we got about 82 and a half. Alright, Herb. Thank you, man. So we have about a 1/2 inch toe in We don't want that. Basically, what we're going to want is a 16th toe in. That's going to give us enough room to, when we roll the truck forward, it's going to push our axles back out to a 0-degree toe, which means it has no resistance and it's not pulling, it's not dragging, it's not doing anything wrong. It's going straight down the road the way it wants to. That's going to be pretty much it on how we're going to do alignments on a Class 8 truck. We're using simple tools. Thanks for the watch. Subscribe and follow, and leave any comments if necessary. Thank you very much.